Hello and welcome back. Now we shall see the C program for Simpson's one-third rule. So first of all, I will write down the formula for Simpson's one-third rule. Suppose we have a function y is equal to f of x. Then the formula for Simpson's one-third rule, that is nothing but integration from x0 to xn y dx, which is same thing as integration from x0 to xn, where x0 is the lower limit and xn is the upper limit. F of x dx is equal to h divided by 3. Since it is Simpson's one-third rule, so there is h divided by 3 term there. Then we have y0 plus yn, and then plus we have 4 times y1 plus y3 plus y5 plus so on up to yn minus 1. If we have n to be even, then this will be up to n minus 1. And then we have plus 2 times we have y2 plus y4 plus y6 and plus up to yn minus 2. So this is the formula for Simpson's one-third rule. Now we will take this function to be a very simple function. Say I will take y is equal to f of x is equal to x, and we will see how this formula gives the result for that integration. Say I will take y is equal to f of x is equal to x. So here I will make a table first, and using that table we will put these values over there in this formula to get this integration, and then later on we will write down the C program, and I will explain the C program also step by step. So here we have x here, say x values are there, and then we have y, which is nothing but y is equal to f of x. Okay, so first we have say x0. Now suppose here we have y is equal to x here, and suppose the number of parts which are used here are small n, and that small n is equal to suppose 10. Okay, then we can find out what will be the interval. The formula for the interval is h is equal to xn minus x0 divided by n. Now we will assume that this integration which we want to find out is from x0 equal to 0 to xn is equal to say 1. So that means our integration is like this: integration from 0 to 1 x dx. Okay, simply this is a simple integration here. So actually we can directly get the answer of this. This will be x square divided by 2 from 0 to 1, and if you substitute the upper and the lower limit, the final result you will get it as a half, which is nothing but what? 0.50. Okay, so here x0 equal to 0, xn is equal to 1, and here we will consider that our n is equal to 10. So therefore we can find out what will be h. From this formula, h will be nothing but 1 minus 0 divided by 10. So it is equal to how much? 0.1. Okay, now using this we will find out all these higher values over here. I will make slight space here so that we can write down all these things here nicely. So okay, so this will be x0. Then we have next is x1. x1 is nothing but x0 plus h. Then we have x2, which is nothing but x0 plus 2 times h. Then we have x3, which is x0 plus 3 times h. Okay, so this is x0. So our x0 is nothing but what? It is 0. So I will directly write down here. First one, x0 is 0. Then x1 is x0 plus h. So it will be nothing but 0 plus h, that is 0 plus 0.1. so it will be equal to 0.1. So this will be 0.0, this will be 0.1, then x2 is x0 plus 2h, so 2 multiplied by 0.1 will be 0.2 and 0 plus 0.2 will be 0.2, therefore the value of x2 will be 0.2. Okay, now similarly we have this x3 will be 0.3 here. Then we have x4 equal to x0 plus 4 times h, which will be equal to what? 0.4. And similarly the higher terms I will write down it here faster. These will be nothing but what? x5 is equal to x0 plus 5h and so on. So this will be 0.5, then this will be 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. This will be nothing but xn minus 1 or rather x9. Okay, and we have finally xn will be 1.0. Now to find out y is nothing but what? F of x. Y is f of x. So here what will be our y1? Y1 will be nothing but f of x, rather first we'll write down y0. So our y0 will be f of x0. So it will be equal to f of x0. So this will be nothing but, since f of x itself is equal to x only, so it will be same thing as 0, this only. That means value of x0 only. So that is 0.0. Similarly we have y1. Y1 will be nothing but what? F of x1, and it will be equal to what? 0.1. Then similarly all the other values will be there. That will be nothing but y2, y3, y4 up to yn. They will be like this: 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, then we have 0.5, then 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 and 1.0. So these are the values we will be getting for our function, that is y is equal to f of x. Now these values we will substitute in this formula to find out the final value of the integration. So for that purpose I will just clean this part, and this formula, this particular formula or integration, we can write down as equal to, of course for this particular integration, with that is integration from x from 0 to 1 x dx, and with h is equal to how much? 0.1, and n is equal to what? N is 10, and therefore h is equal to 0.1. So with this particular formula we will write down this integration here. So here we have 0.1 h divided by 3, inside bracket we have y0 plus yn, so it is nothing but what? 0 plus 1. So I will write down it here, 0 plus 1, plus we have 4 times these terms, that means odd terms. So they are nothing but what? y1, and the value of y1 is what? 0.1. Then we have y3, its value is what? 0.3. So I will substitute it over here. Then we have next y5, that is 0.5. And plus we have y7, that is 0.7, and plus we have y9, that is nothing but what? 0.9. So these values I will write down it over here. So this is 0.9, and plus we have 2 times. Now we have to take these even terms. So that means nothing but what? From 2 we have to start. So see, this is y2. F of x2. Okay, so value of y2 we will substitute it over here. So it will be 0.2 plus, then we will substitute value of y4, that is 0.4. Then we will substitute value of y6, that is 0.6. Then y8 is 0.8, and that's all. Till that only we have to substitute these values over here. Now we will just find out this total. So this will be 0.1 divided by 3, Inside bracket, this 0 plus 1, so it will become 1 plus 4 times. Now we have to add these terms, 0.1 plus 0.3, so it is a, say 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 5, 9 plus 7 is 16 and plus 9 is 25, and 1 point will be shifted because there is a point over there, so it will be 2.5 and plus we have 2 times 0.2 plus 0.4 plus 0.6, so we have to add this 2 plus 4 is what? 6 plus 6 is 12 and plus 8 is 20, so 1 point will be shifted, so it will be 2.0. okay, so just we have to multiply them and find the final results. So it will be 0.1 divided by 3, 1 plus 4 multiplied by 2.5 will be 10 and plus 2 multiplied by 2 will be 4. So it will be equal to 0.1 divided by 3 multiplied by, if you find out this total, it will be 15. And so this will get 1 and this will be 5. 5 multiplied by 0.1, so it is 0.5. So this is what the result we are going to get here with the help of Simpson's 1/3 rule. Now we will write down a C program for the same, and I will explain the steps involved in the C program as well. Now here we will write down the C program, and also I will explain you how this program will be going to work. Now before writing the C program, this total integration which is here, we will call this as a sum. Then this part, that is y0 plus yn, we will store it in a variable called as sum1. Then this part, that is the odd terms over here, we will store them in sum2 variable. And this part, that is y2 plus y4 plus y6 up to yn minus 2, all these terms we will store in another variable called as sum3 variable. So now we will write down this program. So initially for writing C program, we have to include the library, that is hash include stdio.h. Then depending upon the function, we have to include other libraries also, like hash include math.h, etc. But here, since our function is a simple one, so I will not include those libraries. But as per the requirement, you can include those libraries as well. So here we have the function we will define now. It is hash define f of x. Now we will define this function as simply x. So I will write down it here like this. So this is the format for defining the function. Then from here our program will start. So it is void main. Now then we need some integer variables like I and small n. These variables we will use as integers. So we will define them as int I comma n. Then other variables we require them as a float. That means we need the decimal point for those variables as well. So for that purpose, I will write down here float. The first variable, say we need x0, that is the lower limit. Then xn, that is the upper limit of the integration. Then we need small h, which is nothing but the interval size. And then we need sum. Then we need sum1. Then we need sum2. Now sum2 variable, we have to equate it to 0 because it will be added repeatedly in the for loop, which we will be writing later on, later part of this program. So therefore we have to make it as 0, otherwise it will take some previous value and that will give error. Similarly, sum3 variable, we have to make it as a 0. And then after this, we have to take the inputs as the lower interval upper interval, and as well as what? The number of parts. So for that purpose, we have to use printf and scanf statements. So I will write down here printf \n \t, enter lower limit, say x0 is equal to. Now here we have to use scanf statement. So this is small s only, okay. So we have to use scanf statement. So we have percentage. Now since it's a float, therefore we have to write percentage f, and we have x0. Similarly, we have to take the upper limit again through the printf and scanf statement. So I will write down here printf and \n \t, enter upper limit, say xn is equal to, and then after that we have to take this as a scanf statement. Through scanf we will have percentage f again because it's a float one, and we have xn. Then number of parts we have to enter through this type of thing only. So say I will say printf enter number of parts. Of course we have to give \n \t before this. Okay, I will write down just here so that it will go to the new line and new tab. So \n \t, enter number of parts, small n is equal to, then we will take it through scanf statement again. So we have scanf percentage. Now here we have to give percentage d because this is defined as what? Integer, small n. So percentage d, and we have n here. Now this will take these things. Now we will find out the interval. The formula for the interval is nothing but what? Upper limit minus the lower limit and divided by what? Number of parts. So this we can write down it here as h is equal to xn minus x0 slash small n. Then we have to find out sum 1 now. First we will find out sum 1. So formula for sum 1, here it is what? y0 plus yn, but we know that y0 is nothing but what? F of x0, and yn is what? F of xn. So here we have to give this sum 1 as f of x0 plus f of xn. So whatever function is defined over here, that value it will take it over there. Okay. So here we have f of x0 plus f of xn. Then we have to find out sum 2 and sum 3. For that purpose, we will be using a for loop here. So we have a for loop. Now we will start it from 1 only. The reason behind this is because here we need from 1 only. Okay. Here y0 and yn were already there here used. Okay. So we will start this from 1. Then I is, now will not take it as a less equal to, will take as a less than only, because we don't want up to n, we want only up to n minus 1. So this condition will be true till less than I is less than n. Then we need here I plus plus. Okay. Then in this for loop we will have an if condition. So I will give this if condition, and what this condition says that if I modulo 2 is not equal to 0, then find out this sum 2 plus is equal to f of x0 plus I star h, and else I will explain you this thing, what is that, in a short while. Sum 3 plus is equal to f of x0 plus I star h. Okay, and then this for loop will be over, and then we have to just print the value of integration here. Okay, first we have to find out the value of integration. That we will be storing in some variable, that is this one, sum. Yeah, this one is that sum. So we have this sum is equal to, we will apply this same formula over here. So it is h by 3 star, we have this first one is sum 1 plus we have 4 times sum 2 and plus 2 times we have sum 3. 2 times sum 3. Yeah, that's all. And then we have to print the value of sum in some variable. The value of integration will be stored. So here print f backslash n backslash t, value of integration is equal to percentage f, and here I have to write sum, and then we'll write down get ch and stop. So with the help of this program we can find out the integration by using Simpson's 1/3 rule. I will explain this program in very brief actually. So for that purpose I need some part of the board. So from here I will go on explaining, and whichever part is over I will just write down over there. Okay, so here our function is nothing but what? F of x equal to x. So we will take these variables here. So first variable is I. So I will assign some space for this variable. The next variable is n. I will again assign a space for this. Then next variables we have x0. Then we have xn. xn. Okay, now when our program says that enter the value of x0, then using this condition we can give any input over there through a keyboard. Okay, now here say we will give the keyboard, through keyboard we will give x0 equal to 0. Then in this particular space 0 will be stored, and after that say we have xn. So we say that enter the value of xn. Now through keyboard if we enter 1, then this variable value will become equal to 1. Then after that we have small n value, say we give 10. So this will be stored as 10 here by using this printf scanf statement rather. Okay. Then the other variables that are required are nothing but what? We have this sum1. Sum is there first. We have sum, then we have sum1, then we have sum2, then we have sum3, and also we have h. Actually h was remaining actually, so I will just write down that space over here, h. Now by using this formula it will calculate value of h as what? X0 minus xn divided by n. So it will just go to these spaces and it will find out the values over there. See, x0, value of x0 is 1, so it will take here 1 minus 0 because x0 value is 0 divided by n, that is 10. So it will find out value of h as what? 1 minus 0 divided by 10. So that comes out to be equal to what? 0.1. So it will store this value of h as 0.1. Then we say here sum 1 is equal to f of x0 plus f of xn. Now f of x0 is nothing but what? F of 0, and f of 0, since our function we have taken it as a x only, our function is y is equal to f of x equal to x only. So whatever is the value of x, the same value will be of that function. So it will be sum 1 is equal to f of x0, that is 0 plus f of xn, and the value of xn is what? 1. So it will take x0 plus xn, it will calculate it as what? 0 plus 1, and therefore the value of sum 1 will be stored as 1 over here. Now this for loop starts here. So we have for I is equal to 1. So in the variable I, 1 will be stored. Then n I less than n condition will be checked here. Now it will check this condition whether 1 is less than 10. Condition is true, therefore it will go in this for loop. Now here it will check this if I modulo 2 is not equal to 0. Now this modulo operator, you might be knowing it, but I will just revise it. This modulo operator, what it do is nothing but it will. So what is the function of this modulo operator? Say suppose I have a number 5 and I divide it by 2. Then this will be 2 here and this 4. So it will be 1. So remainder is 1. So it will give division, after division remainder. Say suppose the number is 6. I divide it by 2. So it will give remainder as 0. So whenever we divide any number by 2, the value of the remainder will be either 0 or 1. There is no other third possibility. Whenever the remainder is equal to 0, the number is an even number. On the other hand, when the remainder is equal to 1, then the number is an odd number. So depending upon the number is even or odd, the remainder will be 0 or 1. Say for 0 the number will be even, and if the remainder is 1 the number will be nothing but what? Odd number. So this is what we are doing here in the if loop here. So if this condition is not equal to 0, it means that the given number is an odd number. So that means what? I will be odd. Say 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. In our case, we'll go up to 9. Okay. So those values will be stored in sum2 variable. So that means what? In the sum2 variable, initially it will have the value 0. Then f of x0 plus 1 star h, that means f of 0.1, and f of 0.1 is 0.1 only in our case. So 0.1 will be stored in the sum2 variable. Then in the next step, what will happen? This else will not be executed. This program will come here again. Now in the next step, I will become equal to 2. So this will be replaced by 2. Then it will check this condition. If 2 modulo 2 is not equal to 0, condition is false. Therefore, instead of doing this step, it will do this step. And it will find out sum 3. So initially there was 0 in that. So it will find out sum 3 as f of x0 plus 2 star h, that means f of 0.2. And f of 0.2 is nothing but what? 0.2 only. So 0.2 will be stored in what? Sum 3 variable. Okay. Then in the next step, I will become equal to 3. Then that sum 2 plus, okay, so initial value of the sum 2 is already there, that is 0.1. In that it will add 0.3, so it will become 0.4. Then in the next step, this will be 0.4 will be added here, so it will become 0.6. Then in the next step, 0.5 will be added here, so it will become 0.9. Then in the next step, 0.6 will be added here, so it will become 1.2. In the next step, 0.7 will be added here, so it will become 1.6. In the next step, 0.8 will be added here, so it will become 2.0. and in the next step here now 0.9 will be added here, so it will become 2.5. Okay, so these variables will be there. If you don't understand this, please ask me in the comment. I will again try to explain you, but I think it is just you have to understand the modulo operator. Okay, so with the help of this, we have got all these variables. At the end, when I will become equal to 10, it will come out of the loop, and then it will find out the value of this integration as what sum. In the sum variable, it will find out this by using this statement. Whatever is the value of h by 3, so it is what 0.1 divided by 3 and multiplied by, so I will write on here star sum1. The value of sum1 is 1, so it will take value of sum1 from there. Then 4 times value of sum2 is 2.5, so it will take this value here, and plus 2 times value of sum3 is nothing but 2.0, so it will be 2 times 2.0, and finally it will find out this integration as 0.5, and that will be stored here in this variable, that is this space for sum, and finally we print this value over here in the sum variable. So finally we get the value of integration as 0.5. I hope that you understand this Simpson's 1/3 rule. If you have any difficulties, do ask me in the comment. I will try to solve them, and I request that you like this video if it is useful, and also subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.